So, dudes, it's me again, coming to tell you how you should behave, because I'm a regressive SJW censoring machine who wants to tell people how they should and should not behave, policing people's thoughts and ideas and speech. That's what I do. That's what I do. I definitely don't, just offer suggestions on how to behave like a reasonable human being. I enforce my authoritarian will upon the people through a very small YouTube channel. Hey, so there was an eclipse today. That was kind of fun. At the moment, it's kind of still twilighty, which is kind of cute. You can see vampires and stuff running around outside. Bad joke. Anyway, yeah. So I got to look at the thing, and it was like kind of just across. I don't think it went all the way over from where I am, unfortunately, but I still saw it. And I think that might be the first lunar eclipse. Is it a lunar eclipse or a solar eclipse? I think it's a solar eclipse because it's going across the sun. So that's kind of cool. I got to see the dark side of the moon. I'm on fire today. Anyway, I wanted to make a quick video. It's not going to be quick because I'm going to ramble for a while, but I made a tweet earlier about stop using autistic as an insult. And I kind of wanted to explain myself. Because I didn't in the tweet, I just said stop using it as an insult. No excuses, just stop fucking doing it. The reason I think, and many other people think, that using autistic, or in fact any other kind of essential part of someone's identity as an insult, a thing that they haven't chosen to be, a thing that is a part of themselves that they have no control over, as an insult to others, is deplorable for multiple reasons. It furthers misinformation and marginalization of that group of people, basically. So, when you are saying, if you are calling someone autistic, what is it about that thing that you are trying to impart to the other person? Generally, what I get from other people who use the insult is that they are stupid, or that they are, quote-unquote, sorry, I'm going to say it, but retarded, or slow, or just an idiot. It's like calling someone an idiot or calling someone stupid or something. And so when you are saying to another person that they are being autistic, it's like this autistic screeching thing. It's behaving in like a subhuman way, or like a you're like a you're crazy and you can't control. Is this meme of this sort of crouched over person autistically screeching, while the normal rational people discuss things rationally and calmly, which they never do. They never do. It was like this thing about TJ the other day. TJ put out a tweet a while ago being like, I feel like most of the criticism of Trump is just way too emotional. Everyone's being just way too emotional. It's not logical. It's just they're not using their logicalness. They're being so emotional all the time, which is ridiculous coming from TJ, who has built his career off yelling at a camera for fucking 20 minutes at a time. Oh, it's ridiculous. So, none of these guys, Sargon of Akkad's always just like, oh, I'm so rational. And then he's all like, fucking feminist system, Bernie! It's just the most ridiculous, Anyway, point being, that when you use an essential part of someone's identity as an insult, you are furthering these harmful ideas about that group of people. So in the case of autism, when you are thinking of autistic as a negative thing, a thing that causes people or makes people stupid or dumb or ignorant or antisocial and all that sort of stuff. Even if you're not using it against an autistic person, you are spreading that information, that misinformation, those harmful ideas about that group of people, and furthering that those harmful ideas. And I say harmful ideas because it is harmful. Just because someone's autistic doesn't mean that they are stupid. It doesn't mean that they are spastic or antisocial or anything like that. Those aren't necessarily things that go along with being an autistic person. Autistic is being autistic comes with its challenges, but there are many people who function perfectly reasonably in society as an autistic person. Yes, there are lower functioning ends of the spectrum. That's why autism is on a spectrum. You have sort of multiple. It's a spectrum. Autism is a spectrum. Sorry, it's not binary. It's a spectrum. Like a lot of things that are complicated, they're spectrums. And so, you've got kind of a spectrum of how the how autism affects a person. So you can have very high functioning and all the way down to very low functioning autism. And autism comes along with many other things. It can be coupled with other kind of mental disorders. What's the word for, like depression and all that sort of thing? So like depression and like my sister, so she is autistic, but she also has bipolar disorder. And for the longest time, we didn't realize that she was also bipolar. And now the fact that she's been diagnosed with bipolar, we just thought it was part of the autism or whatever. But diagnosed the bipolar are able to medicate for that as well, and so she can function a lot better in society. But one of the things that is, as far as I understand, is quite common to people with autism is like sensory overload, finding it difficult to tune out various parts of sensory information coming in to yourself. So like, for example, I'm sitting here and I can hear like there's birds and things kind of chattering away, and there's stuff happening out in the lake, and when there's more and more and more of that, as an autistic person, it's difficult to and this might not be the case for all autistic people, but and definitely a lot of my autistic friends on the more high functioning end of the spectrum are able to do that a lot better and able to learn. But it can become very irritating and quite, like for my sister, for Jamie, being at a place where there's a lot of people and a lot of noise and all that sort of stuff. Eventually, she just gets more and more and more wound up, and she just she gets really agitated by that, and has to kind of be out of that. And so that can be a thing that comes along with autism. And the other one being like inability to pick up social cues and facial recognition. Like emotions from facial or body language and things like that. Again, it can vary on how much that affects a person. And I'm no expert at this kind of stuff, but this is just what I know from my sister and from my friends who are autistic. So if you are autistic and you and I'm saying wrong things, feel free to correct me. But I've lived with it for 20 how many ever years with my sister, and so I have a reasonably like an understanding from a lived experience, but not necessarily a read about experience. But anyway, kind of beside the point. The point is, stop using it as an insult because it's fucking deplorable. You're taking an essential part of someone's identity and making that inherently negative, and that is harmful for anyone who has autism. Because, so for example, if you perpetuate this meme of autistic screeching, you are implying that is a thing that comes along with being autistic. And, when people, especially if you have a large audience and you perpetuate that misinformation, the fact that autism comes with this antisocial, crippled kind of people, that, if you have an impressionable audience who is, for lack of a better word, rather ignorant about these things, that's how they're going to think about autistic people, and that is going to be something that when they meet autistic people, a person with autism or whatever, they are going to, in their life, treat them differently because of those preconceptions they have about autism, which are wrong. So you are actively perpetuating a marginalization of a group of people by continuing to use that. So stop it. Just stop it. That's my thought police for the day. This has been Michael's thought police for today. I'm going to find some more things to police people's thoughts and ideas on, so I can continue to make my way to an authoritarian leader of the world with, when I get 5,000 subs or whatever, that'll probably be enough. It's not like other people have hundreds of thousands of subs and have reasonable influences over their audiences and stuff like that. But I'm the authoritarian. Oh, jeez. There we go. So, a rambly video for you. Stop using autism as an insult. Thanks. Love you all. I'll talk to you later. Bye.